What if, just what if, this is a pandemic of possibilities? What if all the changes that are happening are going to awaken us into something new, something better, something greater than we've experienced before? Maybe this is a pause for the whole planet. It's a pause to understand what's important to us. It's a pause to slow down. We're so busy in this generation. Technology is supposed to make things more efficient so we have more time for our family, more time for our friends and loved ones, more time for our community to make a difference. What if this is the greatest pause that could ever possibly happen? Hang with me. There's going to be something for you, some nugget in this video. Because it's hard to change. We get scared about change. It's not predictable. So it's really important that we have to go through a process that forces us into something better. It really can be the most exciting time. I mean, think about if somebody was born in the 1900s to the 1980s. There were millions, almost 100 million deaths between World War I, World War II, the Holocaust, the Depression, the epidemics. Our ancestors had to go through a lot because sometimes perspective can make all the difference. What are you focusing on? I have experienced so much incredible kindness, generosity, and optimism. Are you attracting that, or are you attracting the other? We're watching the news, we're looking at blogs, we're on Zoom calls, and just kind of lamenting all the negative stuff. So this is our time to come together and not be divisive. I know those of you on social media see it all over the place. Somebody has a different opinion and somebody jumps down their throat. How about if we learn now how to use kindness to get maybe our opinion across and to try to understand the other perspective? Because everybody is just coming from their own experience, the way they were raised, the belief systems they have, what they've been through. That's what's making up their perspective, just like yours. So if you don't want people to judge, you don't judge them and set an example and model that. Leave the divisiveness to our governments and to politics. Let's not let them and the news suck us in. We are better than that. We are stronger than that. And we can come out of this so much better, so much more connected, not from a place of fear, but a place of unity and strength. So, what are you doing to stay in your bubble? I call it the bubble of peace, happiness, whatever. I'm going to show you these examples so that maybe they'll give you an idea of how you might create a bubble. Or maybe you can be appreciative of the little gifts that nature gives us. Like sandhill cranes this morning, swans, geese. There are limitless little creatures that can just show up and make you feel God, Source's presence all around you. That's a gift in and of itself. There are so many new ways to create your happy bubble, like playing music in nature or using your incredible art skills to create a new book. And boating on the lake. There can't be a happier bubble than being on the lake. And walking with friends in nature, or walking your pet with the family. And oh, for your gardeners, gardening and with your pet. And here's a happy bubble, going to the lake with socially appropriate distancing. Or getting your favorite junk food carryout and sharing it. And learning new games with the family. And some are even rearranging their furniture and organizing. Or creating healthy new recipes. And some just like hanging out in their yard. Or just finding your inner joy and happiness and using humor and loosening up to have fun. And there's nothing that can bring somebody into their happy bubble like these grandkids. They can bring you right there and have you in complete joy. And this family, the Lesters, did several things, like outside gardening. And they created a formal dinner at their house. They even did yoga together as a family. And some people became more aware of waste. I'm not just talking about financial waste, although that's a piece of it, but waste in materials, waste in their time, asking themselves what's really important. What am I doing with my life? You know, what do I really want out of this, or am I wasting it? There's so many opportunities to grow, to shift, and to see things differently than we ever have before. And that's what major contrast does in our lives, is it helps us look at things differently and have a new gratitude for things that we never even acknowledged or were grateful for in the past. I've been on Zoom calls that have been really upbeat and positive, and I've been on some that are really focusing on the negative and are entrenched with fear. So I ask them, and I'll ask you, what is your greatest fear? What is it? What's the absolute worst thing that you think is going to happen for you? And do the worst things usually happen? How many times have you worried about something and it hasn't happened? I'm just asking you to look at it from a different way. Explore the possibilities of this pandemic. And hopefully you will be inspired for the new world we're about to move into. Maybe there's a bigger message here from Spirit, God, the universe, to make something really incredible happen. The connections and things that are happening now that none of us know about are quite profound. Think about how devastating the Holocaust was, but we got the UN and we got human rights movement. And so many things can come out of something so negative, but it seems like we need something negative to propel us, to get us excited, to get us moving. I've connected with new people and old friends that I haven't connected to in a long time. Yeah, it's not in person yet, it's still on social media, but I know those connections will continue. I also got a connection with a man who's created a documentary about some of the pollution in Michigan lakes and what it's doing to the people. Well, because of that connection, I got connected to a friend of mine that knows somebody that can solve that issue of the toxicity in the lake. Now, if this situation had never happened, then that wouldn't be a possibility. Think about your life right now. What has been a bridge for you to something better? What have you gained from it? What have you learned from it? Because that's the whole thing, is we've got to learn and grow and expand. And contrast helps us expand better and faster, more than anything else I've found. So think about your life. What's your story? What positive thing has come out of this for you? Just maybe we will end with unlimited potential, unlimited possibility in this pandemic. So hang in there, and if this did inspire you, please share it with other people. I would like them to feel that there's hope and that there's other people there cheering them on. And as always, please hit the subscribe button below.